Today, in the media conference with Lal Goyal, which is brought to you by V4 News, Global TV, Malnadu TV, News Gaon Se, Samvad Sarokar News, Organ Donation India Foundation and Gyan. Our endeavor is to bring all the new topics, current topics, as well as the impact of COVID-19. But today, we are taking a very, very hot topic and a current topic, and that is the credibility of news channels. I wish there was a news channel that really told you what was going on in the world, not just sensationalization news. News means notable events, weather and sports. News is information about current events. This may be provided through many different media, word of mouth, printing, postal system, broadcasting, electronic communication, etc. Common topics for news reports include war, government, politics, education, health, the environment, economy, business, fashion, entertainment, as well as athletic events, quickie or unusual events. Government proclamations concerning laws, taxes, public health, and criminals have been dubbed news since ancient times. Humans exhibit a nearly universal desire to learn and share news, which they satisfy by talking to each other and sharing information. Technological and social developments, often driven by government communication and espionage networks, have increased the speed with which news can spread as well as influence its content. The genre of news as we know it today is closely associated with the newspaper. Most purveyors of news value impartiality, neutrality, and objectivity despite the inherent difficulty of reporting without political bias. Perception of these values has changed greatly over time as sensationalization tabloid journalism has risen in popularity. Michael Squetson has argued that before the era of World War I and the concomitant rise of propaganda, journalists were not aware of the concept of bias in reporting, let alone actively correcting for it. News is also sometimes said to portray the truth, but this relationship is elusive and qualified. Paradoxically, another property commonly attributed to news is sensationalization, the disproportionate focus on and excavation of emotive stories for public consumption. This news is also not unrelated to gossip, the human practice of sharing information about other humans of mutual interest. A common sensational topic is violence, hence another news dictum, if it bleeds, it leads. News broadcasting is the medium of broadcasting of various news events and other information via television, radio, or internet in the field of broadcast journalism. The content is usually either produced locally in a radio studio or television studio newsroom or by a broadcast network. It may also include additional material such as sports coverage, weather forecast, traffic reports, commentary, and other material that the broadcaster feels is relevant to their audience. Television news refers to disseminating current events via the medium of television. A news bulletin or a newscast are television program lasting from seconds to hours that provides updates on international, national, regional, and or local news events. Television news is a very visually based, showing video footage of many of the events that are reported. Still, photography is also used in reporting news stories, although not as much in recent years as in the early days of broadcast television. Television channels may provide news bulletins as part of a regularly scheduled news program. Less often, television shows may be interrupted or replaced by breaking news reports. to provide news update on events of great importance. In India, first telecast began in Delhi on 14 September 1959 with a small transmitter and a makeshift studio. But regular daily transmission started in 1965 as part of All India Radio with a 5-minute news bulletin read by Miss Pratima Puri. As of June 2016, the total number of television channels were 892, out of which 403 were news and current affairs channels. I'm sure that these figures have increased, and Dr. Mukesh Sharma is with us. He will correct me once he is going to speak, because this figure which I am giving you is of June 2016. There is an explicit expectation that the media's coverage should be positive and follow the official line. Now, today, when we are discussing this topic, the credibility of news channels, we have a very, very elite panel with us from different sects of the society. And I would like to invite my first guest. He is Dr. Mukesh Sharma. Dr. Mukesh Sharma is the former Director General of Films Division of India and also the former Additional Director General of Doordarshan, working for the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting for Government of India. He has been in the TV broadcast industry since 1992. He won the Best DD Kendra Award in 2001. He was instrumental in changing the fortunes of DD Mumbai and was the #1 regional Marathi Kendra in the country for a number of years. Dr. Sharma is the recipient of several national and international awards for the work done in the film and broadcasting industry. He also holds a PhD in journalism and mass communication. Currently, Dr. Sharma is the Dean with the School of Branding and Advertising with NMIMS University, Mumbai. Welcome, Dr. Mukesh Sharma. Dr. Sharma, please unmute. Dr. Sharma, you have been associated with the television industry for so long, and you know each and everything from inside, how the news were made, how the news were created, and how the news became sensationalized. Now, we would like to know from you the credential of news channels. Dr. Mukesh Sharma, please.
Thank you, Lal Goyalji. Thank you so much for those kind words and for the introduction. Good morning to all my fellow panelists. It's a long journey. It's so many things. You have already tried to give a little idea, history of what has happened in the country. Yeah, for the last 60 years, till 2000, I would say, we had only one broadcaster, the national broadcaster, the public service broadcaster, Doordarshan, and which was trying to do nation building in their own way. The programming may not be as good as normally what you see today, but still the commitment to do things was there, and a lot of good work happened at that time. And with the people, with the society around, whatever technology available with us, because technology has also changed with time so much that news itself has taken a complete 360 turn of the way the news was being presented earlier. See, the role of news media broadcasting in a democracy has a lot of overlapping distinctive functions. One is to inform and educate the people, to make intelligent decisions about public policies. People need accurate, timely, unbiased information. Now, because opinion diverge, they also need access to a wide range of viewpoints. Now, this role is especially important during election times. Apart from daily, we are having some sort of election campaign here with picking up somebody at that, but primarily at that time, we need to inform people. So that was very important, I would say, till the internet did not barge in, because that's another problem which we are now facing. And the second function of the broadcaster was to serve as a watchdog over the government and the elected representative, as well as a powerful institution of the society. Now, if I take you a little back, during the 80s, when Indira was India and India was Indira, they said that and even to the extent that today Rajiv Gandhi did not say anything. That was the news, because the government of the day was running the whole thing. So they decided that we must now, make Doordarshan and All India Radio completely independent. So they said, let's have Prasar Bharati. Now the Prasar Bharati came, you'll surprised to know, I don't know if you remember, in 1990, the act was made President signed proclamation, everything was done. They were supposed to start from next day. Sir, for 7 years, the government of the days at that time did not allow the Prasar Bharati to be given a date so that start. After 7 years, they said, okay, from tomorrow you're going to start, because the then government was losing out and the new government was coming up. So they said, let's now give it to, open it to people, and let's not, so that the new government cannot have a control on the media. So with this sort of thing, meanwhile, a lot of other channels were also coming up. But then the genesis of those private channels, the news, as Lalji had just now said, we have nearly 43% of the total private channels on news only, sir. Now, 43% is a humongous number. And this is, they are delivering news in all the languages, practically. So we have so much of diversity in the news content itself. But if I take you a little back, in 2005, there is an interesting thing, and which is till date we are seeing, when a news channel, in fact, at that time we had the minister, Mr. Jaipal Reddy, and what he said, Mr. Lal Goyal at that time is still relevant today. In 2005, he quoted, and I'm quoting him, that media has more reach but less credibility now. He said that, blaming it on trivialization, glamorization, and sensationalism. The ex-minister felt that media barons have the dreadful combination of influence and affluence. In order to gain TRPs, which are television rating points, and to lure audiences and viewers, private channels in their hurry to break news are in fast breaking all the norms and ethics of journalism. The private broadcasting news media in our country is very young and is going through a process of churning. So 15 years ago, he said that it's churning. Today, still I see that churning. Whether the nectar is coming or the venom is coming out, we do not know. But and the reason is because earlier we were catering the news to, my dear friend, the citizen of this country. Today, we are decided to cater it to the consumers of this country. So the moment the consumer thing came up, everything went for a toss. The discipline went for a toss. Imagine the channel India TV. You know, it was born out of a scandal of, I don't know if you remember, of a sting operation of a Bollywood star, casting couch. It was done. So, in fact, a lot of things came up. I remember the film director at that time, Mahesh Bhatt, said, which I have, of course, all this what I'm quoting is from my research. He said, scandals fascinate nearly everyone. The more respectful the victim, the juicier the gossip. To put it simply, one man's tragedy is other man's entertainment. अपने पास क्या हो रहा है, वहां मजा आ रहा है, होने दो ना, चलता है. That is the thing. So now, because of that, and because of consumerism has taken up, because people want, you know, this only. अब मैं छोटा एग्जांपल देता हूँ, अपने घर में है, एक तरफ शास्त्रीय संगीत बज रहा हो बड़ा अच्छा खासा, तो उधर आपका ध्यान थोड़ा बहुत जाए ना जाए, लेकिन नीचे अगर कोई मारा मारी कर रहा है, you would like to listen to that. And सबके सर बाहर आ जाएंगे देखने को हो क्या रहा है वहां पर. So that is what is happening. So this is a really sorry state of affairs, जहाँ पर कि जिस पर्पज से गवर्नमेंट ने लाइसेंसेस दिए थे न्यूज चैनल्स को कि they should be taking care of the society, they should be taking care of the democracy, they should be taking care of the government who is running the country to keep a check and all that, has gone for a toss, sir. So now तो आप जिसकी अपनी ढबी अपना रहा, and the worst is niche में broadcasting laws were supposed to take up. In 2007, the government decided to have put it on the internet, they put it on the public domain to say that let people find out whether we should do it or go ahead and all that. So everyone started saying, oh, you are censoring the news. Oh, you are doing this. So the government also said to hell with it. The only thing they have done right now is, I would say that not that because I was in the government, they did not allow All India Radio, like All India Radio, other channels to do news. Because then it would have been such a ruckus in the villages, in the town, everywhere in the country that one would not know what is right and what is wrong. I can only start with this in my intro. I leave it for my panel journalists, so that they can.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma, for giving your views. And Dr. Sharma, as he has worked with the government, with the Ministry of Information Broadcasting, he has told that the Prasar Bharati bill, which was signed by the ordinance was promulgated in 1990, and it was held up by the then government for 7 years for the reasons they know better. But he says that earlier only the Doordarshan who was showing the news, and then because the technology advanced so much, then the country, the news private channels have come in, and after the 2007, once it was opened, everyone has started giving the news. And earlier the news were for the citizens, now it is for the consumers. And once it is for the consumers, definitely the contents of the news is only for the entertainment of consumers, not to give the proper news, the real true news to the citizens. And he says the condition is very bad. People are only interested, and he says we cannot blame even the only the channels. We have to blame even the citizens, because he has given an example. If you are listening a classical music or any music at your home, and if suppose something, you listen some noise, something is happening outside, you would like to see there, and you will be enjoying that more than your music. So it is not that only the news channels have to be blamed. I think the blame goes to the civil society also. Thank you, Dr. Sharma, for giving your opening remarks. Now I would like to go to my next guest. He's Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma. Advocate Sharma is a leading civil lawyer of Western UP. He is also appearing in Supreme Court and High Courts. Advocate Sharma is dealing exclusively in civil matters. He is rendering social service and connected with many institutions. He is the founder secretary of Civil Lawyers Forum and president thereafter. He always participates in social activities. Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma, welcome to our show. Now, you have heard what Dr. Mukesh Sharma has mentioned. And he says, irrespective of any government, because the problem is, after all, this is a media which can make and break any government. And earlier, it was only Doordarshan, which was informing about the government policies to the public. And during the election times, views of the opposition leaders. But he says that after, once the private channels have come, and they found that their money is in the commercial interest, so that the citizens, the informing to citizens, instead of that, they started informing to the consumers. Now, once the consumer have entered in this domain, definitely the TRP plays a very, very important role. And today we are seeing, what we are seeing is that, yes, the crux of this entire thing, whatsoever we will blame to any channel or anybody, I think the money is the main thing which is happening. Where is the money? Money is with the channel. Which channel? Which is going to show, which is having the highest TRP. Which highest TRP? Which is creating the most sensation news today. There is the highest TRP, and there is the money. So which is evident. I will not name, but if you just see the latest rating, the #1 news channel today is the channel which we may say that it is not good, unethical, they are doing this, that, but still they are #1 because the TRPs, the contents which general public likes. Now that is what is happening today as far as the media is concerned. Now we would like to know the credibility of news channels. Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma, please.
Yeah, Mr. Rayal, first I am thankful for my introduction and giving me an opportunity to join the topic, the news and news channels. What is the news actually? News has been defined as a correct information of some recent event. Now, if that information is not correct, or it is not complete, or it is manipulated, then it cannot be said to be news. What is going on nowadays, that mostly channels are not delivering the news, rather they are manipulating it, or they are not supplying the correct information, or they are supplying the incomplete information. So that doesn't constitute a news at all. Rather, this all is, as you have said and Dr. Mukesh Sharma has said, just to create a TRP. Now this TRP is also having a secondary aspect. As Dr. Sharma has said, that the credibility of news channels due to all these reasons has gone down. And net effect of gone down is that the public is not believing these news channels nowadays. Which you have referred just, that they can affect the election to the government, that power has gone down. Because of the credibility, the news channels have gone down in the public. So the public is not affected in as much quantity as it was affected previously. So the news channels, once they are adopting all these practices, but they are decreasing their own credibility and their power and values going down. They are not considering it today, but after some time, they have to consider it when they will see that actually their power has gone. and public is not believing the news channels at all, they are unable to affect any election or any decision at all, then it will go. As you have referred just now, that nowadays what is going on, all these news channels, this is not a requirement of the public at all. It is not related to TRP at all. Rather, what public feels that it is intentionally being got done by some higher authorities to divert the mind of the public from the real problems of the country to some such topics which the public don't want to hear or don't want to see at all. But चैनल्स उसे जबरदस्ती पब्लिक पर थोप रहे हैं जो चैनल्स को नहीं थोपा जाना चाहिए था, एंड दैट इज वन ऑफ द मेजर रीजन ऑफ द डिक्रीजिंग क्रेडिबिलिटी ऑफ द चैनल. नाउ लॉन्ग बैक Mr. Shah must have been known to it. A self-regulatory authority was expected to be created by news channels. There is a News Broadcasters Association. All the news channels are member to it. All this News Broadcasters Association created a news.
I think your net has given problem, Advocate Sharma. So, but what Advocate Sharma has said is that news channels' credibility has gone down because they are not showing nowadays the news. Rather, they are just showing something which has no relevance. The people are not interested to see that. But according to Advocate Sharma, someone from the high-ups wants that to divert the mind of the public at large from the current problems. And that's why the credibility of the news channels are going down. And he said there was a broadcast association which has been created, and there all the news channels or the channels are the members of that broadcast association, but still they are doing because of the TRP.
And
now
I will just add, Lalji, yes. Even this association has a big charter of the do's and don'ts, that if they are supposed to do this, and if you have any complaint, you go back. लेकिन जहाँ पर जज भी वही हैं और जहाँ पर मुजरिम भी वही हैं, तो वो फिर कौन न्याय करेगा ये पता नहीं चल पा रहा.
So in this, Dr. Sharma has added that there is a charter in that broadcast association, but in that so many conditions are there. But the thing is that the judge and the culprit all are same. So who is going to give the relief or the law justice? So now I would like to move to my next guest, because I think there is a internet connection with Advocate Sharma. My next guest is Mr. Inderchand Jain. Mr. Jain is the chairman, Anupam Housing Group, Agra. Mr. Jain is postgraduate in economics and English literature. He is the National Vice President, Indian Industries Association, the largest representative body of MSMEs in India. Mr. Jain is an author and blogger. His articles on legal issues being regularly published in legal journals and websites. He is regularly writing blogs. His book on wills will be published shortly. He addressed a number of webinars on Have You Executed Your Will? He is the past president of Rotary Club of Agra. Welcome, Mr. Jain, on our show. Mr. Jain, you have heard what Dr. Sharma has said and what, in brief, Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma has said. And both views were that the news channel's credibility has gone down drastically, and according to Dr. Sharma, because earlier the news were for the citizens, now they are for the commercial purpose or for the consumers. And Advocate Sharma mentioned about the Broadcast Association, and in which Dr. Sharma has added that there is a lots of law do's and do nots in that Broadcast Association charter. But in spite of that, nothing is happening because no one is taking care. And according to Advocate Sharma, there are some forces which are pressurizing the news channels to give particular news so that the mind of the public to be diverted from the current problems or difficulties. Now, we would like to know the credibility of news channels. Mr. Inderchand Jain, please.
Thank you, sir. I have been enriched by the views of Dr. Mukesh Sharma and Advocate Ramesh Kumar Sharma on the credibility of media. Sir, ours is the largest democracy in the world. There are 4 pillars of democracy: the legislature, the executive, the judiciary, and media is the 4th pillar of democracy. So why we are talking just of the credibility of media? Why don't we talk about the credibility of the other 3 pillars: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary? For the legislature, we know about mass defection, we know about horse trading, switching political parties, induction of criminals in politics. We know about nepotism and corruption as far as judiciary and executive are concerned. So why we are only pinpointing about media? Yes, it is also one of the parts of the country, one of the pillars of the democracy, and it is equally, it lacks that credibility, and there is a question mark on its credibility. Now let us refer to a report of Reporters Without Borders released on April 21, this year itself, which ranks Indian media 142 out of 180 in freedom of press. This means that our press does not have the requisite freedom which it should have to be impartial and to provide the real news. So what is the order of the day? So let us first see what are the functions of media. Information to public. It is to enlighten the public, to empower the public. So it has to tell truth. It is to provide a platform for public debate. It has to act as a people's watchdog, analyzing complex social, economic, and political processes. It has to shape public opinion. It has to make revelations and disclosures. Now, what is the current? These are the norms. These are the requisites. These are the functions of the media. But what they are doing right now, before we move on to that, let us see our electronic media. Today, we have 1,500 channels in India, out of which around 250 news channels are there. Print media is there. There are 24,927 newspapers and magazines in Hindi and 9,064 in English. So that means we are, just like our culture and heritage, our country is rich as far as news channels and media, the number is concerned. But what are they doing? What is the crisis of credibility? It is the authenticity, is the reliability, and credibility. These are the three pillars, if you call for media.
Yeah.
And on these 3 issues, I think the news channels or the newspapers, are they authentic? Are they reliable? Are they credible? This is for us all to decide. This is for the viewers to decide. This is for the people at large to decide. So instead of honesty, investigative, analytic, public-oriented, and ethical, what are they resorting to? They are resorting to fake news, sensational news, paid news that we call, for what? For political gain and for financial gains. So this is a real truth, and you can't deny that. Now, who owns the media? It is the corporate giants. Do you know the salaries of these journalists on these TV channels? I checked yesterday. It was between 50 lakh rupees to 1 crore rupees a month. It's a colossal amount. So with this amount, everybody is interested to be in the seat. Nobody wants to leave the seat. Why? And if they go against the government, if they speak against the government, if they speak against the interest of the corporate giants, certainly they will be punished. And therefore, what the media is, the media, instead of being an independent body, it has become an employee. The journalists, they are employees now. They are not independent. They cannot write anything on their own. They cannot speak anything on their own. They are tutored. So they have to speak what their bosses want, and the bosses want what the government wants. So they can't oppose the bosses. They can't oppose the government. Finance is a very important thing. So they have to get advertisements. From 2016, just before demonetization, there is a recession going on in the economic world. So they are not getting adequate advertisements. The only advertisements they are getting is from the state government and the central government. And therefore, they have to obey the commands. They have to propagate the views of the state government and the central government because of their interest, financial interest of their bosses. If they don't do that, So there are so many agencies with the governments and they'll try to pressurize. So this is the reason why truth is not coming out. They have lost their credibility. So now, do you see the 1% of the total GDP of India that belongs to media? So you can understand that media is not just to give you informations. It is to earn. It is to earn for political gains and for financial gains. So you can't expect. It is true that there should be freedom of press. It is guaranteed in our constitution. Article 19 says freedom of press, but you have seen lately what is the freedom of expression means. I'll not like to comment on that, but everybody knows what you can't comment. You can only say good things about the government or the judiciary or the executive, but nobody, if you try to surpass that limit, then certainly at least a token of 1 rupee can be imposed on you. So there are.
I'm just interfering, Mr. Inder Jain.
Yeah.
You said that there is a news forum which is all the members are there in it. They do have a charter. You are aware of it, no? Because the video went for a toss.
I know that.
Have you read the charter, sir?
No.
So then, if you do not read, what I am saying is you have made certain charter for your own house. यहाँ बत्ती जलेगी, यहाँ बाथरूम होगा, यहाँ पर ये होगा. You cannot just leave it and say that कि अब कोई कहीं कुछ कर सकता है.
True, sir.
Just because तो आपने एक चार्टर अगर बनाया है तो आप कम से कम अपना चार्टर तो फॉलो कर लो. आई एम नॉट सेइंग द गवर्नमेंट का चार्टर. और चार्टर में बहुत सारी साफ चीजें हैं, बहुत ही क्लियर है. इट इज नॉट एट ऑल, और बड़े ढंग से बनाया है जिसने. अफसोस यही हो रहा है कि नोबडी इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि इससे नुकसान कितना बड़ा हो रहा है.
ओके,
आप तो सिर्फ इसकी बात कर रहे हैं, न्यूज इज बीइंग स्टेज सर, और आपने बहुत पहले से. अगर मैं मिसेस गांधी को नहीं बनाया तो मैं गोली मार लूंगा. पेड़ पर चढ़ा करके उसको स्टेज कराया, स्टेज करके लिया और फिर रोल किया. तो आज और खतरा देखिए, वी आर 125 करोड़. अब इंटरनेट चैनल जिसकी मैंने आपसे बात नहीं की अभी तक, 125 करोड़ इंटरनेट चैनल्स कैन बी मेड सर. यू एंड आई, एवरीवन कैन हैव आवर ओन चैनल्स. You and I can have our own broadcasting. So where do we go from here?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sharma, for interjecting in between. What Mr. Jain has mentioned is that there are 4 pillars of the democracy, and he says the one pillar is media. But why we are blaming media? According to him, everyone is no one is doing their own duties. But because our today's topic is media, we have already done a discussion on the role of judiciary. We have definitely one day we will be doing on the political parties also, or the executives also, or legislature also. But today when we are talking about the media, so what Mr. Jain says, and he has referred about one of the report which has come that the Indian freedom of press is about 140 or so out of 180. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, the government of India protested at that time. According to government of India, this ranking was not proper or fair. We don't know the outcome, what is the outcome, but the government of India has immediately put their protest in that. Now, Mr. Jain says, because of the TRP and because all these media houses are owned by the corporate houses, which are paying the money, and according to him, the news anchors or those who are working there are getting between 50 lakhs to 1 crore rupees per month. That's why they have no other way just to obey the masters, and according to him, the journalists are now the paid servant. And he has used the words, and he says that corporates and because now there are no advertisements after the 2016 demonetization, so he says the money which has been paid by the state government or the central government is the only revenue which one channel is getting. So they have no other way just to obey their dictates whatsoever the state government or the central government says, and that's why the news are totally fake or has been prepared according to the whims and the wishes of the state government and the central government. Thank you, Mr. Jain, for giving your views.